Live streaming something. Okay. Done. Channel पे going भी. Okay. I 5 मिनट away. Wait, wait. अरे पहला मैं को जोड़ देना. मैं हाइड कर. Okay. ठीक है. Friends, good evening. We are running a blog, and we have just taken a talk on GTPL about what is the election, who will win, how much seat will be win by BJP, V state, what is there. It's all about all about guesswork. There are so many things in mind, and which inspired me to talk on the subject of what is India growth story pre-Modi Sahib, that is called 2014 to 2024, and now before pre this thing, and what will be the future, and how and why, what would be the future action of coming government, and how they will reach, and where they will reach, where India would reach. And that is what I have taken. And this is not a political talk. The BJP government comes, Congress comes, or whatever government comes, where there should be a double engine government, that is what would be the central government, state government, or local government, which we are not talking. And what would be the coming step forth by the government who is coming into picture, and how they will act, and how each individual can use the opportunity which is coming to India. This is the forum in which I am going to speak like this. Okay. Okay. And today this is the subject, and we are running a sequel on the subject of GST. And basically, we have taken a different subject, and we have gone into depth of the subject. How at the time of filing return, how at the time of assessment, how we are able to counter the notices which are coming, or how can we counter that notice doesn't come in the picture. That is what I am taking the subject further. So this is sequel which I am planning to continue. So there will be 17th, 24th. GST sequel is already on my blog. Budget is also on my blog. There are many subjects in my blog. One is I am attached with my sir, which is called my mentor, guru, and God, whatever you say, Pradeep Mukherjee, the messenger of God. Had been associated with since 1995, and he has taken me to a different level. So even in my blog, that is also written. So with this, I'm going ahead. On 17th, there will be a talk on 100 important judgment. On 24th, the sequel will continue. Okay. I have taken a talk on 26th April, which is a pass on ODIR. ODIR means online transaction, which is happening like in Google, YouTube, online platform by which you don't know where the platform is there, whether it is outside India, inside India, and what are the tax provision, qua individual, qua online platform provider, which is also detailed. We are going to cover pre-post Modi, sir, government, what is the prediction? And in the past, we have taken a talk on decoding of import and export under GST, which has so much detail explained in one slide, which is available in the PPT is also available on the blog, and in YouTube, there is a presentation is all available. So whether you are an intermediary, whether you are an importer, whether you are an exporter, and where GST would drive, what stage GST would be applicable, and online transaction is also explained there. These are continuous this thing. Indian Employment and Unemployment Report 2024, 43B MSME is also explained. And I've also explained in my blog the economic parameter, which economic survey which is being put before the parliament before election. Before election, the parliament, where interim budget was given, economic survey was given. The survey was in detail, and they've tried to explain how this government has performed and how and when this government they have criticized the Congress. But if you look into that, there are so many things which can be easily understood by us. And further, 43B section as compared to MSME, when MSME comes, this new section is added by which if you do not make the payment in the prescribed time, your income will not be allowed in the year in which you have purchased the goods, but in the year in which the payment is made, which is detailedly explained in these things, and how you can circumvent what are the provision is also explained there. And I, being a CA, is a basically core sector. We need a manpower. We take an article for CA, CMS, CSA, CS. One of my partner is CA and CS, company secretary as well as CMA. And we take an articleship on both the things. We do not keep finance CA, but we keep an employee who are CA, CMS, CS finalists. We also employ BCom and MCom first class. And after 5 years of training or 5 years of service, paid services, they are going to export on the field and they become empowerment on that. For that, you can send me resume in mobile on WhatsApp number or email me. We are working in income tax, company law, audit, GST, appellate, and so forth subject. Okay. So huge opportunity for a person who wants to make a career in their life. Now with this, I'm coming to the today's topic. I have divided topic into pre-Modi government, post-Modi government. That is between 2004 to 2014 to 2024. 2014 before 2 terms of Modi Sahab, and what will be the coming year. Pre-government bhi kaisa tha? In 2013, they said 7 trillion economy will be there. And what would be the option and how I conclude, what is my conclusion about the situation is on today, that is post-election. I would not like to go into the 2014 because I have one of my presentation is available where I have detailed explanation about 2024, 2014, and which has been deep, which we have taken it mainly from the economic survey and the data which we have it. Okay, and I believe that before Modi Sahab come, there was a Manmohan Singh government. He worked for 2 years, 2 terms. At the last stage, they were entangled into corruption, and they were entangled into there was a lot of interference from so many arena, and they were not decisive, and people were fed up because of that non-decisive factor. That resulted into rise of Modi Sahab. And once Modi Sahab comes, they continue for 2 terms. I think mostly, if 400 they are talking about 400, but that's not my game. But even if they got 250, they would be able to run the government as Narsimha Rao done. And I tell you, Narsimha Rao government has functioned well, not only in terms of economy, but in terms of all growth. So what we think that there is a government needs so many these things, but still government would come. Okay. freebies and right were made through, but were not implemented. So freebie would be the क्या बोलते हैं now in all countries, be it USA, be it Europe, be it a socialistic country, freebie has become a क्या बोलते हैं day of a requirement of today. Okay, so we need not much bother about it, but only thing, it should be reasonable of their growth GDP. Freebie should not be so much that it affects the whole economy. If we were talking about economy, what we will be looking for? Growth of the GDP, purchasing power, per capital income, Sensex. What is the Sensex? Sensex is the barometer of the economy. What is the export? What is the import? What is balance of payment? What is the exchange reserve? What is GST collection? What is income tax collection? These are so and so forth parameters. And at the end of the day, there is a mixed bag of all these works. And sometimes eco-friendly is also one of the most important things, because nowadays you abuse the environment and still grow, but it will not last long, it will not work. And so if you look at China, then it started reversing the technology. There are a lot of environment is being taken care by the China later on. Initially, they allow the country to go, but now they're very restrictive, they're very choosy, this thing. Now we look at it, I'm not going to talk about all the parameters because GDP is growing, PPP is growing, per capita income is, share market is growing, export is growing, balance of payment situation is very good as compared to the foreign exchange reserve is going high, GST collection highest, income tax collection, qua GST, qua GDP is also going good. Number of SSC has increased, number of percentage tax, company paying taxes increased, tax compliance has taken a huge leap. So all parameters are going good. Now, what they're saying, whether India is going to double, according to me, yes, in over a period of time, 6 months here and there, does not make a much difference as if we look at the countries as 100 years term. But what is important is each and every steps and method taken by the government is going on a right direction. And Modi Sahib knows very well that he cannot do on his own so many things. Isliye he is always telling Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Sahkar. So he is always talking about discipline. He is working very hard. And I don't see that, I'm not a BJP man. I'm here talking about the whole government approach, individual approach. And in my office approach is work hard, not smart. Give the result, produce the result. 100 hours a week, which we are saying, like you have to work 40 hours a week will not suffice the competition at which we are. We cannot afford to do 40 hours a week. That will not serve India, because India is with too much population. We are far behind USA and China in terms of so many things. If we have to compete, we have to work harder than what other people are doing, other countries are doing, and we cannot compare ourselves with Europe and so many things. This is all Indian citizen needs the support. That is individual, family, organization, local government, state, all need to political party would take India to a different level. After the corruption no longer an issue. What made today we feel good since 2014, 2 terms of Modi Sahib? What was there? The corruption is there, but it has reduced a lot. What they're doing, they're trying to control the corruption. How they're controlling? Wherever possible, they are using digital technology. Suppose there is a tender process, okay? They're asking the tender to be done online. They are avoiding the interface between these two parties. And they are making so much law very comfortable. Say, for example, of MSME payment. Once payment circle is defined, corruption is reduced because there is no corruption is reduced to a very large extent. You have to give a reason why not paying payment. And corruption is not only in government sector, but is in all rampant, including all key areas of life. But government has taken due care for that. And that's why one of the things, like they have got a lot of information in GST portal and even income tax portal. They are providing a lot of information. आपने कितना टैक्स भरा, कितना सेल किया, कितना परचेस किया. They've got all 24 degrees details available with you. 360 degrees. 360 degree means what you have it in 1 year before, 2 years before, 3 years before. What is your LIC, where you've gone, which credit card you use. So they've got a lot of information. And on the basis of information, they are using that information against the person who are a defaulter in making the payment. And once people know that government has got information, they also know that if we are caught, it would be heavy. Hence, the tax factor has increased. So government has taken a lot of steps since 2014 to make India a tax compliance country. Tax has been reduced, corruption has been reduced a lot. And there have been very strict measures to avoid corruption. One, faceless assessment. Once, wherever they're possible, they avoid, even in government office, they are not allowed you to enter the office also. They have made a register, every government PSU. So they have done good, DBT. Now, previously, the government was saying that when the government benefit goes directly to the person, there is a vachetia jo bolte hai, that has been reduced because they are directly transferred to the beneficiary through bank account. Hence, this thing. Aadhaar is a biometrics. Because of that, bhutia log hota. Bhutia matlab जो non-existent person were there. And government has opened a bank account of so many persons through Aadhaar card. And hence, the banking channel has increased than the non-banking channels. Because of Aadhaar, they have used Aadhaar in such a way that non-banking channel has been able to reduce a lot. They have reduced the fertilizer subsidy. They have used LPG directly made available to that. Why the government, they have made a defecation policy. So they have made a lot of laboratory, the toilets were made at remote places at the home. Because of that, the health sector has improved. Then Ghar Ghar Jal Yojana. They have done a lot of work to see that the water reaches to a lowest level to each house. And they have done a lot of work and it has reached to many places. UPI wallet. Now UPI is so rampant and so easy to use. If you go to Sakwala, they are using it. If you going to washroom in laboratory, they are charging 1 rupees per person. So they are taking money into UPI. So that is how this UPI has come. And if you had lot of advertisement, you are seeing that you can go out without a wallet, which is not still rampant in abroad. So these are the factors, Modi factor, which has made the country a very good. COVID was a disaster for all over the world. The world has shrunk population because of lot of death. There were a lot of GDP has gone down of all the world, including China and USA. Lot of Medicare and a lot of expenses have incurred, and India was also a part of it. And India managed in a very good way. in phase two and phase two of a COVID, a lot of person in India has died. But because of vaccination and other things, India has survived a lot because it's a thickly populated country. एक घनिष्ठ आबादी है as compared to US and other countries. And it could have affected very badly. But India survived through their luck as well as some good management at a central level as well as state level. Now comes a growth at rail, road, urban infrastructure, port, airport, bullet train. If you look at it today, Vande Bharat, metro, if day in, day out, if you look at it, Nitin Gadkari and Vaishnav, the railway minister, always telling something, and they are tweeting and showing in the Facebook the way the culture with the road rail is going good. The rail project, which again further expansion of rail corridor. Rail corridor, क्या बोलते हैं, goods corridor, which has come into picture, and it has completed. So many goods train are going at a, and so cost of transportation has gone down substantially. They have again launched another corridor, which would be very helpful to the country to decrease the transportation cost, commuting cost of goods, resulting in our goods are competitive as compared to China. In China, the goods are transported through port also, this road. And their road and rail facility is one of the best in the world. Because of that, the cost of goods, which was around 15 to 20% for transporting the goods, which will come down to a very huge level. That 7 to 8% would be a huge advantage, which is going to come to India. And hence the production sector, manufacturing sector would go in good. Because of even bank loan, which were previously dispersed, now the disbursement is so huge, and banking sector has also gone a good. NPA is under control. Defense. If you look at defense, we were importing a lot of equipment. Now we are also manufacturing and exporting the defense product. Drone technology we have developed a lot. We have a lot of startup which is there. Even startup were provided with government funding, which resulted in a huge advantage to the country. Agriculture sector. If I look at the agriculture sector, it has started growing. Government is planning to have a like community farming. For that, they have brought a law for that, but it was backfired during the election stage. So they have postponed right now. But after the government won, they would also have a major agriculture sector reform. And one of the things which I have learned that they are using a drone technology, and drone operation is being trained to female. So when you go to a village, you will find a woman would be using the drone technology to know where she's spending, how they need, where the drinking water farming is required at what time, what fertilizer to be used. They can be used through drone technology in this thing. GST. Now GST, now it is tell that data is equal to oil. We have gathered lots of data on GST. And I tell you one more thing will happen, that there would be a possibility in our coming year that truck will be operated by automatic, because automatic means without a driver, and the person would be sitting out beside them and the car would be driven, which is very feasible. You would have that a lot of people in USA and China are using this technology to make car moving without a driver. The same would happen in 5 to 10 years in India also, because that requires a huge database. And in China, there is a huge road which are allowing the unmanned this thing, unmanned driver, unmanned car or trucks are moving. Okay. These are the reason why Modi factor, Modi Sahab is being today winning the third term. These are the reason, these are the things they have done which prompt them to talk about 400 seats in the coming election. Faceless assessment, digitalization of tender process, land records for transparency. These have been started long back, but it is coming into picture now. Landing on a moon, sending a satellite to for a sun to be how the sun is operated, sun ka jo photo lena, these are done. Satellite launching is done by India. Because of that, the defense has become a very strong phenomena for India. So 2014 to till today, these are become very prevalent. You can see that. You are seeing the Vande Bharat, but why Vande Bharat came? Because of rail corridor. Rail corridor was started well back, but its implementation is coming near to completion in 2024. And now you can see the lot of train coming easily and effortlessly. Tourism for religious and other tourism. Government has, like, let's say in Gujarat, Sardar Patel Stadium, Sardar Patel Dam, Narmada Dam, क्या बोलते हैं इसको, जो बोलते क्या नाम है भूल गया, एंड डैम एंड कच्छ रण इन क्या बोलते सोमनाथ, द्वारका. These are not only that in UP, all religious places are connected, and they have done a lot of things to encourage the tourism. Even medical tourism is also grown. Now there are medical sites are so huge that we are inviting medical tourism also. Startup. India is one of the leading in startup, and many you can as already happened. IT collection has grown very high. Simplification and digitalization, you will find it rampant in this thing. Non-interference by the government is taken steps. They have taken steps that whatever go automate, government doesn't come in picture. So these are the main factor by which Modi Sahab is favored for the third term. Unemployment, like if you see in a big city, you will not get a good person, be it a plumber, be it a carpenter, be it a servant. Servant you cannot call it a core job at home, and be it an accountant, be it a very qualified person, they are very scarce now because unemployment. There are two reasons that people are scarce. There are freebies are given, so many times they don't want to work, and or otherwise there is a lack of manpower is in real shortage. And skill development is government is planning, because skill development India is lagging behind. But after the election, I think government knows that these are the lacuna. Then they know that, but they don't talk about that. But as soon as the election is over, they say that there will be a lot of work coming, which is Modi Sahab is telling on that. Okay, and let us take growth parameter. If you look at like GDP, we are going to be on a fifth place. PPP, we are very getting balance of payment condition is very safe. Forex is always gone. I could have collected the data and say that, but I'm not saying that. Market shares, what are the indexes for 5 years? What are the indexes for 10 years? what are the index between before 10 and this, and how it will grow. It's everybody knows, or that market capitalization, we are today number 4th in the world, and India has been recognized as a global power. If you look into that, Iran, our 5% have been released. Kuwait, they have left, they've released our person. And in Russia, Russia-Ukraine war, India has been called upon. In G20, we have got a very high role, a very good role. India is the leader today, and G20 summit is really a successful summit. Modi Saab and his team. Now, when it comes to this thing, it's a team effort, not a one-person effort. If you look at the term in which USA President Biden, that president has worked very hard to negotiate with China. Okay, and they have been successful. And because of that whole economy, then the government, Indian government is also negotiating very hard for bilateral agreement, which is going to be there because our import, because of our presence all over the world, and we may be India is going to have a 2036 Olympic game, planning to have it. Global requisition for Indian power, Indian cricket team. I'm not talking about cricket team, but because of the infrastructure and the way Indian people are working very hard, that's why we can see the matches being played the way they are playing. And not because we are seeing the match, but behind the match, there are a lot of people doing exercise, a lot of people doing so many things to work on it. Sooner or later, we would got Olympic medal also. There are huge FII, FDI, and direct investment coming. I could have given the figure, but I'm talking in general. Why general is to feel good factor. Notebandi, main purpose was to unearth the black money, and it has come in the market. Terror funding has been reduced. Anti-national activity has been done. Digital payment in India is one of the best. Corona is one of the best. Expansion of manufacturing, insurgency and inexalities in this 10 years have reduced. Borrowing through growth, because we are investing in rail, road, metro, defense, education, not only at state level, at local government level, at central government level. We are investing huge money by borrowing, and we are making payment. Female empowerment. Female empowerment is, you see every facet of life, be it military, be it education, IIM, IIT, UPSC, anywhere you fly. When I go to Gujarat government, I find a lot of women becoming an officer, and they're so courteous and so powerful that you can do. In village, I've already talked that village drone are being used by women for farming. Retail investors. Today, it is being said that retail investors directly investing in share market, not only through SIP, and it has become a huge source of fund for the country. And they are not F&O Meyer. They are not speculating, but they are investing in the shares. And rural investment has become a very good part of that. Crypto is not banned. Crypto is not banned. Crypto is not regulated. Government could have planned and regulated, but they are in the process of regulating. G20 countries are in the process of making a framework, and it would be used by all G20 countries at the same time. They are in the process of making, they are in the final stage of that. That's why crypto is taxed, but not banned. Ghar Ghar Jal Yojana. I've said because of that, woman is become free, woman or human. They're able to go on that. So these are Modi factor. Modi साहब ने ये करने की वजह से, now you look at it. I'm not talking about like Hindu Muslim. That's not the main criteria. Development main criteria. Ram Mandir 370. These are very subsidiary factor, but overall economy is good. Hence, the chances of BJP government coming for the third term is there. But if I look at Italy, whatever I talked about is the process, not the result. They are focused on the process. Now, I'm going to talk about how this government is going to work for another 5 years, whether this government or that government. I'm not into that. Okay, in how you can use this as a factor to come. What is going 2047? India is going to be the developed economy, be it a Congress government, be it a BJP government, or whatever government. And after 5 years, will be the third in terms of PPP. Our economy in 2030, 7 trillion. So in 6 years, you will find that money is double in the country. How you are going to use it, how you are going to be benefited, what government is planning, how you can use yourself. This is the main crux of the issue. 2036, Olympic is going to come in India, most likely, not declared. Now, before I go into how government is going to function, what similar stage USA had done. In 1944, after Second World War, what government has done, USA government has done, they have invested huge money in infrastructure, rail, road, everywhere. They have invested a lot of money. Okay, port, these were developed. Because of that, whole country has developed over a period of time because of that railroad development. They have invested huge in defense. And they have become a defense, they have become a, क्या बोलते हैं? A monitor of the whole world. And they were manipulating and using this thing. So they have invested a lot of defense. They have invested in research and development. Because of that, Google, FB, even Uber, so many companies are being run by them, and they have invited a lot of intellectual person in that country, and because of that, that country has grown. So India has a time to invite IIT qualified person, train them. So today there are so many IITs, but it is still very less as compared to other countries. And if you look at the Chinese people, how they're studying at the young age, that is remarkable. And every Chinese are making the student very hard to work at a bottom stage. Infrastructure is developed. Control the world economy through dollar. This has been done by China, USA. Because of that, today, they are dominating the country. And what India is going to do? India is going to invest a lot in defense. You can see that rocket science, a lot of countries are coming to India for launching of satellite. We are going on moon. We are going for sun. We are powerful in defense. These are the things we are doing it. We are investing huge. All Nitin Gadkari Saab, Vaishnav Saab, all are telling that these are the investment made by क्या बोलते हैं, Rajendra Singh, like defense minister is not talking too much about defense, but he is working good. He doesn't speak, he just sacked. Finance minister is silent, but working very good. These are going to be the country, and Modi Saab is controlling the whole. They are creating an impression in the world that India is great, and they're working on that. India is dominating the world now. This is what is going to happen in coming years, coming 5 to 10 years. But China, when China started transporting the sage, they have done very much. They have invested in very good infrastructure. Their bullet train, they have got so many places are covered, interconnected through bullet train. Their cities are really well managed metro, railroad network. They've invested huge money in urban sector, rail sector, road sector. This is what is being talked about by Nitin Gadkari and Mr. Vaishnav, rail minister. And this is what is going to be done. And they have been done by even China. They have invested lot of in research and that activity, defense. They're export-oriented country, and it was a largely populated country. What their Chinese government does? They call upon the financial क्या बोलते industrialists, come and ask what you want. Okay, and they're giving. You make a loss, no problem. If you are managing the fund, good, we are going to sponsor you. We are going to give you money. We are going to give you the regulation you want. How Jack Ma has become a top person? He has been provided with the finance. He is provided with the law. What law? What Jack Ma has done? That in the remote places of the country, they were manufacturing. Once the infrastructure they've been blacklisted by the Jack Ma or this government, they will not able to come up. So people doing small industrialists were fearful of the infrastructure and they're blacklisted. This is same thing is going to happen. And because of that, the industrialists were able to, they're sometimes being manipulated also, but because of that, they've come to us. So Indian politician should come and ask the industrialists, what do you want? Don't arrest or harass the industrialists for small thing done wrong. Ask them, what do you want? We are here to support the country. And only industrialists and top people would make a country, not all. We are not going to another extreme, but this is what China has done. This is what even USA is also done. Okay, and they have this politicians, these industrialists have a very great influence on politicians also because of this crony capital, whatever you say. But they both are working in tandem, and university is also working in tandem. University asks that these are the skill development which we want. And there is a lot of coordination and research work going between university, schools and colleges, and industrialists. So there would be a link between this whole country. There is a feedback mechanism. What manpower you want? Okay, we are ready to give the course accordingly. So there would be a lot of coordination between university, government, and industrialists. Dominated manufacturing hub. It became largely popular country, infrastructure, highest level, R&D, high-end product. Now they have started a high-end product. France. Few days back, Macron of France said that the Europe is mainly dependent on Russia for energy, USA for defense, and China for production. This new era, it will not work. They said that whole Europe should think and work as an Atmanirbhar. The same Modi Saab is telling. So I have given you 3 examples of USA, China, and France, which is the current this thing. And Modi Saab or any government which is going to come are going on the same platform. What India can focus now. Agriculture development, which law was not possible to be found. First thing, once government comes, they will do the agriculture development. Land acquisition, labor reform. And what they are lagging now is there is a central and state coordination, but there are a lot of coordination missing to the last stage called local body. That is Gram Panchayat, municipality corporation, municipality, other bodies. Last line connectivity is missing because they are not able to understand things. But this will happen very shortly and this will grow in a good way. Now, what the government is planning or likely to planning, infrastructure development will go with the same speed or with the more speed, including urban development. What they are finding today, the metro rail project has gone good. But last time connected with some of the metros are losing the revenue. What they're planning, that metro stations are provided with so much facility that person who would like to choose to come through metro, like there would be a last line connectivity would be developed qua metro station. which is being done in Mumbai. They are allowing some of the society to have a pathway so that they can directly go to the station. These are the ways these are being done. Health sector is going to grow very fast. Digitalization, defense, AI and online gaming, 4 new bullet train, urban metro, digital currency. These are planned action. Modi साहब ने बोला है, he is not if, be ready on the election day. He's never thinking that he is not going to come. He said that be ready. I have a plan that you will work very hard in the years to come. Banking sector innovation will come. Introduction of digital currency instead of this white currency. You can make a payment through digital. India would have their own crypto to make the payment from one currency to another currency. It would be like a rupee. Okay, this is what I think. There may be a planning. There would be already white paper was in that. 5G expansion would be there. Green energy, solar project was already informed that everyone would have a solar at that rooftop. Scientific research would be the most important investment government's planning, because scientific R&D activity would take country to a higher level revolution, like value-added product, pharma sector. A lot of IT, MS, accounting, law, service sector would come and invest in India. Manufacturing hub would become India. 30 million houses would be prepared. Further expansion of freight corridor is already planned. Now, what is the conclusion of this talk? Like let us go to a Tamil Nadu. There is no state government, either it is DMK or AIDMK. There would be a coalition with Congress or BJP, but always there would be same government at central and state. No Hindi speaking publication. Every time in Tamil Nadu government changes, either DMK or NDMK. And the whole government, whole economy of Tamil Nadu is on IT, agriculture industry. They are not like Karnataka, where only 60% of that. But still, if you're looking at it, they are growing. They are growing at a faster pace. And it is one of the things. So what is the meaning? Whether at central or state, what government, the same government as well, no problem. Whether it is a continuous 3-year, 5-year, one government, every time election changes, our growth is going to be still maintained. So growth of India depends on not whether which government is there at central, which government is state, whether it is central, whether male or female. Female would be the most contributory factor in this going to the industry. Whether you are young or senior, whether you are an employee or employer, whether you are a small organization or large organization, change your mindset and take the advantage. In 5 years, double the economy. Sabka sakar chahiye. Whosoever with you are dealing, you need coordination with everyone. Be it at home, be it on the society, be it in the office, every facet. Work with tandem with them. Don't go into conflict to the larger extent. With this, I'm concluding on the subject how India is going to grow, where the economy is going. Jai Hind. Come and be in touch with me through nitinpathak@gmail.com. We are working on IT. I am running a Research chapter in Ahmedabad. My mobile number is this. My blog is this. Thank you very much. This next lecture, which I'm going to take on this date. Okay. With this, I'm concluding today's session. India's growth, pre-post PM Modi, and future prediction, and how you can use it. Okay. Thank you very much.